Yo, everybody, this is Heat Override, and I'm ready to bring the pain for you this week. Today, I'm doing my top 5 expanded universe and top 5 movie Jedis of all time. I'm just doing 5. We could go more. We don't need to go more. I want to keep it simple. I got Mini Override on this episode with me. She's going to do her 5 and 5. Little move for her. She read less books, so less exposure. Well, let's get to it. Oh, yeah! Woo! What's up, Minnie?
Hello.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good.
That's cool. How was school?
Good.
That's great. Well, let's just do this. So today, we're going to be talking about our top 5 expanded universe Jedis and top 5 movie Jedis. Hey, you love it or hate it, we're still going to bring the pain. We're going to do it our way. How you feel about that, Minnie?
It's going to be fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. You haven't read too many books, though.
No, it's kind of hard, but I did it.
It's not that hard. You got to read more. I give you books all the time.
Yeah.
It's just it's all about enjoying the Star Wars universe. Although we did enjoy Fallen Order, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I mean, you could go back and check out some of our previous podcasts and our journey through Fallen Order. And, I mean, Battlefront 2. I mean, the Celebration Edition. We've been having fun with that. Have you?
Yeah.
We were killing it the other day. I was screaming. Got some game shots and some video to release on my YouTube at Heat Override number 5.
What happened is I wanted to play 2-player, and then it turned into 1-player somehow, and then it came into this thing, and then he just started beating up people.
Ooh, yeah! Yeah, it was pretty bad. Like, it was really bad. I was clocking a lot of people. I literally was just shooting people for a while. It was crazy. I think I had like 60 kills. Well, you had some of those kills too. Yeah. So, I don't know. I think that one out though, I had about 28 or so, 30.
I was seeing why people were choosing Finn, because as a Jedi, you don't have a gun.
Yes. You get shot.
But you can block it.
Yeah, you can, but you can't block when 40 other people are shooting at you.
You can just...
Yeah, you just gotta run. You can't play that. When someone sees a Jedi, they're launching rockets and all heavy artillery.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Because I do the same. Ooh, yeah! So, yeah, that's what we do. Like, you run across us when we're playing Battlefront 2, you gotta have a problem. Especially if we do, when we do heroes versus villains. I'm a jerk. That's things that make me a jerk. I'm just a jerk. I like to just kill people and just jack people up, and I just run into combat and I throw people and I put lightsabers to bodies. Ooh, yeah! So, what do you do when you're hero versus villains?
Well, I usually play Rey or Kylo Ren.
Mm-hmm.
Or Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when I'm either one of them, I usually just get like 500 kills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that being said, I mean, we're going to talk a little bit more than just our top 5 of the EU and the movies. We're going to talk about this. Look, a lot of you people out there are fighting. What? I said fighting. What? I said fighting about the wrong thing. We're all Star Wars fans. Brother. And sisters. And you got to understand that the more you fight, why does it really mean that much to you? Like, does other people saying that maybe Rey or Kylo Ren might be their favorite Jedi or Dark Lord ever, does that have a problem? Do you have a problem with that?
No.
See, I don't have a problem. I look at it this way. Through video games, movies, comic books, shows, movies, I just want to see more Jedi. I just want to live more stories. Like, give me more. Why do these people cut themselves off like they're living on Octu and just live with that small amount? Why do you live in that universe? What? Because, I mean, I don't. Do you?
No.
Well, I'm going to get you to the expanded universe soon enough. You know, like I'm reading Resistance Reborn now. And that being said, I mean, Zay's in it, and that's Iden Versio's daughter. That's really cool. What? I mean, really cool. And another thing is, I love the fact that there's so much of it. And I've said that over and over again because there really is. Enjoy it. These people just need to be stopped. Because if they don't, we'll have to burn the burn. All right. Well, that being said, let's get to it. We'll start with the expanded universe. Here's the stipulation. Mini Override has read a lot of kid books and other things. Like books that ain't got nothing to do with anything. Just creating old stories like Darth Vader being a daddy to Luke.
Luke is little and Han is little.
Yeah, little Han Solo. Or just Han. I mean, this was hilarious.
There's one where Luke said, I think it was Greedo pushed me, and then Darth Vader was like, did you push him first?
Oh, man. See, that's what she gets. So, now she's getting to the bigger books, but she's read a little bit about the Clone Wars and a lot of Rey, because she loves Rey, and you'll see that, you'll hear it. But, yeah, that's what it's all about. But also, I had to separate the movies from the EU, because in the movies, certain Jedi acted differently than they do. One in particular acted different than they do in the EU. And because a lot of the Jedi powers like flow walking and all that stuff aren't really introduced into the movies, those powers and many, many more exist in the expanded universe / canon / who gives a crap. Bring the pain! So, without further ado, let's start at number 5. I'm the host, but I subdue to you. Minnie, bring it. Who's your number 5 in your top 5 expanded universe Jedis of all time? Ooh, yeah.
It's Anakin.
Anakin. Again, this goes back to those Clone War books, right? Yeah. Tell me about it. You just loved watching him and Obi?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. You got more to say about that?
No.
What? I guess not. All right, well, let's get to my number 5. Kyle Katarn. Oh, yeah. I don't need a button. I don't need a soundboard. I don't need anything to say that. Kyle Katarn is a badass. You follow him in the Dark Force series, right? And then after that, you have no idea how much I flipped out when Kyle showed up in the Fate series. I almost drove my truck off of a cliff. What? I'd be down into some water. What? Sleeping with the fishes. Ooh, yeah.
What?
They were sleeping with the fishes. Brother. If Macho Man ever, I don't know if he said it, but this is what it would sound like. Slogan, you's a messing with her in the back, yeah. And let me tell you something. You know that fancy bridge, yeah, down the street from your house. I was walking past you, and I thought, what if I just threw you off? Sleeping with the fishes. Oh, yeah. This is why sometimes I should do video. Then we can wear costumes. All right. Moving along to your number 4. What is your number 4?
Luke.
Luke? All right. You just liked it because he was wondering why Darth Vader was drawing Darth Maul. Right?
Yeah.
Nah. What else? I mean, Luke, the books you read about Luke, what did you think? Was it cool?
Yeah, it was good.
Mm-hmm. They were mostly original trilogy, as some would say, 4, 5, and 6 books in between, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. See, we gotta get you into the really good books. Just gotta work your way up. Reader 1, Reader 2, Reader 3. My number 4, however, is Jaina Solo. Now, this is the video I showed when a few Star Wars fans decided to make a fan video where Jaina fought her brother Jason Solo. Now, was that an intense fight?
Yeah.
Yeah? Did you like it?
Yeah.
Did Jaina remind you of Rey in any way?
Well, not really.
Okay. And how was that? More moves or just not as owned? Or more owned? And owned means like polished. What?
Probably more moves and more fighting.
Okay, alright. Yeah. And that, honestly, why Jaina is my number 4 is she is the Sword of the Jedi. Through the Fate series, she's amazing. Anything Jaina comes across, she literally gets it. But by the end of that series, and in facing Abeloth, not Abeloth's true form, but one of her, all avatars, she did so great. But that fight, Jason killed Mara Jade. That was Luke's wife. And Ben Skywalker was, being his cousin, that was his dude, was Jason. And he did so much harm. He killed Anakin. And then there was a long time they hit his daughter Alana, and she posed as, in the Fate series, she was Han Solo's and, of course, Leia Organa's grandchild, but they acted like that was their daughter. Anyway, Jaina Solo fought hard. She used force. She was always witty, and that was really hard. Like, when she fought Jason had killed so many people at that point. And he, going up to being Darth Kaitis, because he was Darth Kaitis at this point, okay? So we should just start calling him Darth Kaitis. He was so ruthless, but the turn, because of the Yuuzhan Vong War, what turned him into that Darth was because of that. But it was a big part of him that he had to actually, open up to the dark side and lose Jason and become Kaitis. And another thing is he learned flow walking. So he had like a lot of Anakin in him. He was really ruthless and really reckless as well too. So, but that's all going to be like the expanded universe thing. Jaina had to walk into that fight wearing a heavy heart, and then she was the Sword of the Jedi after that, and she fought hard in the Fate series. Jaina Solo is a beast. Hell yeah! So moving up to number 3, who's your number 3?
Yoda.
That's cool. So tell me, like, you read Yoda books. What's Yoda do?
He fights a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I watched the series of the Clone Wars.
Okay. And because you read the Clone Wars, you can kind of use some of the Clone Wars, movies in a way. Because they did a lot of books off of that. So, it's kind of a win-win. But we're not mentioning any of the shows today. But go on. Keep going. Just a wise master. Fought hard.
Yeah.
He's awesome. My number 3 is, same reason, Clone Wars stuff, Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan Kenobi. I always loved Obi-Wan. But he's really badass. In a lot of the books that I read, of course being the prequels, I read all those books as well. And then coming back to the Clone Wars, a lot of Obi-Wan. And, in our boy Rex in the 501st Legion. Hell yeah! And Anakin, of course. But, hey, Anakin got kind of left out on this because, he was cool, but there was other more intriguing characters. Coming up, number 2.
For me?
Yeah.
Oh. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
All right, well, tell me about Obi-Wan.
Well, the same reason he fought a lot.
Yeah.
And he didn't get to some situation.
Yeah, like last night when we were watching the episode when he was on Mandalore. He met Sabine. Yeah, I mean, that was crazy. He lost his lightsaber, and he's always yelling at Anakin for losing his. What?
And then he lost his lightsaber. Well, I'm pretty sure that they blasted it out, and then they did something. They put him upside down in this yellow thing.
And almost got smashed. Hell yeah! But yes, Obi-Wan was awesome. My number 2. A little bit of reading. I haven't read all of it. And then, of course, we watched some fan films on him. And he's just intriguing as hell. Revan, the badass, mask-wearing MRFer. Bring the pain! Okay, I do have the explicit knocks, but I didn't swear on that occasion. Revan is awesome. I mean, that fight we saw, I mean, it was a fantasy fight. But outside of that, just being in the light and then becoming part of the dark and coming back. And a lot of people talk about as he's the one guy, other than maybe a couple other guys or so, that did it. He's the one that did it. And he did it cooler. His outfits were great. I mean, his stories were great. And when you get to those stories, you get to enjoy them as well. Hell yeah! That being said, who is your number 1?
Rey.
Rey. Yep, because most of the books you read have been all about Rey. Ooh, yeah. Tell me about them.
Well, they were really fun. One told one about her. She fights good.
Uh-huh.
And the reason why she's on there because I read a lot of books.
Yeah.
And she's one of my favorite Star Wars characters.
I know, you're a little nerd. My number 1 is Luke Skywalker. The expanded universe Luke is insanely powerful. And the only person, I don't care in the Fate series that there were Sith helping him, he was truly the one person that could go head-to-head with Abeloth. But alone, he would never have been. She was completely too powerful. But she didn't want to kill Luke. She didn't want to kill Luke. And I think that's really what, allowed a lot in that series to happen. But also, I mean, there was one point she could have broke his leg. But he was really busted up. But he's the one person also that had got her a few times before the final showdown when they were in the Beyond Shadows or whatever you want to call it. Everybody has a different term for it. But he ended up fighting him in the river, the Jedi, where all the ghost Jedi are and stuff. I'm just explaining it to you. People out there know. But guess what? We don't fact check. Hell yeah! But Luke was badass. He fought. He kept fighting. He made great decisions. He stepped down in power. Because a lot of what happened with the Yuuzhan Vaughn and with Darth Caedus, they blamed on Luke. They blamed him. And I think it was not Namidala, it's been a minute since I read that series. She was really stern, but she lost her mind by the end of the Fate series. But Luke left, and he had to leave the Jedi Order too, even though he served as Grand Master. So he took his son Ben with him, and they flew Mara Jade's ship. That was awesome. And during this journey, you learn a lot about the Star Wars lore. Because when you talk about Abeloth, and why I brought up Abeloth with Palpatine a lot, even though Palpatine was kind of more of a Sith, he was more about, he wanted to rule and just be that. Abeloth was just about destroying everything. Queen of the Stars. The bringer of death. Sounds like she wants to bring the pain! Alright, well, there's our top 5 expanded universe. Now, again, we do not use expanded universe or book ideas for the top 5 movie. There might be a controversial Jedi on here. He never made Master, he made Knight, but that's still considered a Jedi. And somebody says a quote that can back that. So, let's get to it. Who's your number 5, Minnie?
Mace Windu.
Mace Windu. So you like Mr. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson.
Is that his actual name?
No, that's the actor's name. But Mace Windu, what did he do for you? You must like his lightsaber.
Oh, yeah!
You don't like the purple lightsaber?
No, I don't like pink or purple.
So why do you like him?
Well, because he fought hard.
Yeah.
He did make Palpatine grow old.
He did make Palpatine grow old. And ultimately, that was the way that Palpatine was killed by Rey. So, do justice, Mace Windu also mastered the 7th form, which is supposed to be the most peculiar form that a lot of Jedis don't actually learn or don't want to learn. And that's the form that they say he used to take over Palpatine and catch that bolt. Hey, it's what he does.
Hell yeah!
My number 5 is Anakin. Yes, Luke said it. I am a Jedi like my father before me.
What?
I said Jedi. And Anakin was great. He was great when he was a little kid and being funny and a brat. I mean, you remember him. He was a brat in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, by the time he got to 5, and then he saves his mom, and then, you know, the love story, he was solid. And another thing, too, is a lot of people, Attack of the Clones was my bottom of the bunch. But I did love the story because I love that end sequence when it was him and Padme up on that wall and they released all those beasts right before all the Jedi came in. Yeah, that was cool. Now in Geonosis, that was and that's when Yoda showed up, and then they ended up fighting Count Dooku, and then they got maimed. So Anakin was strong. Anakin also was pretty badass in 5. I mean, his fight killing Dooku all through. I said 5. What I meant was Revenge of the Sith, because I always think of Revenge of the Fifth.
Hell yeah!
But Anakin again was strong, and he was made into Darth Vader, which of course is a completely different character. But in the end, he did have the mask removed, and at that point, before he passed, he was Anakin Skywalker.
Oh yeah!
You're number 4.
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan. Tell me about him.
Well, we did go a lot of fights, and then...
You love the fights.
Yeah.
All right, go on.
And in the movies,
You fought Anakin.
Yeah, he fought him. I have the high ground.
The high ground. Hello there.
Hell yeah!
So, yeah. I mean, that's awesome. My number 4 is Rey. Rey Skywalker.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I am. Rey was awesome. Sometimes she goes, I don't know who. I want to know who. Yeah, come on. Rey, but guess what? Rey Palpatine, she kicked butt. She took names. I thought she went a little ruthless. I think she had a little dark side flowing to her, and that's why she went to Octu. Because she lost it right when Leia passed. Technically, that slowed Kylo down, and she did the attack. She's the one that attacked him when he was stunned. But hey, she fought valiantly. She always stood by her friends. She always talked them up, and she was always close to each one of them. She had a special attachment to each one of her friends, and that is a heroine.
Hell yeah!
Who's your number 3?
Luke.
You like the Luke? Is he cool?
Yeah.
What did you like? Did you like that? What did you like about him? The farm boy. How he you just like that video. Want to be a backpack? Seagulls. If y'all people know about seagulls, right? So, Luke being your number 3, come on. His fight with Vader. We watched this.
Yeah, he also did have a little speck of badness.
Yeah, he did. He's one that they considered a gray Jedi as well, like Revan. But hey, here's what it is. We'll talk more about that. You got loaded up. The little preview. My number 3, Yoda. Some of the funniest fight scenes when he fought Dooku. Everybody in the theater laughed. Everybody laughed.
Hell yeah!
'Cause that was the first time we ever saw Yoda fight, is Attack of the Clones. So even though Attack of the Clones, again, was at the bottom of my Star Wars movies list, it still is at the top of my heart because Yoda fought in that movie. And that was cool. And the way he fought Palpatine. He absorbed Palpatine's electric bolt. And he also got hit by it. Because we all know, Palpatine likes to light shit up.
Ooh, yeah!
What do you have to say? Yeah. I mean, and he fought valiantly. I think I understood why he walked away, but that was a very unnatural setting he got put into. And he didn't just fall, he fell all the way down. His body was hurt. He didn't lose that fight. It was just Palpatine actually had the higher ground. And it doesn't matter if you're Yoda. If you're as strong as Yoda and Palpatine, whoever has the higher ground is stronger. And Palpatine is a little bigger, but that didn't mean anything. He still got him. Yoda. Who's your number 2?
Yoda.
There we go. So, what did you love about Yoda?
I did like when he did fight in an Attack of the Clones.
Mm-hmm.
He was sad when he died in
Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah. It was nice to see him in The Last Jedi. Yeah. Yeah, he's always been great. And it's nice that this kind of ran together like that because it was a nice bunch of Yoda talk. And again, that's what we need in Star Wars. Star Wars needs a Yoda movie. Star Wars needs a Yoda series. Yes, we got him in Clone Wars. We want young Yoda. We want baby Yoda. Whatever you want to call him, the child, the asset. We need more questions. What do you got to say?
Baby Yoda's cute.
Yeah, he's awesome. So, that being said, let's move along to my number 2. My number 2 is Luke Skywalker. He is my number 1 and is my most favorite Jedi, but he gets knocked down because I didn't like the way he was portrayed in The Last Jedi, even though he was perfect. And I love that he used another move with pretty much force projection, and that was cool. So he is really, really up there with me, but there was just such a small sample. Farm boy, makes a lucky shot, he's got the force, we get it, fights Vader, loses a hand, finds out he's his father, then he really brings it to Vader. That's the Luke I love, that Luke, passionate but able to change, and always throws his lightsaber. He never used a lightsaber. He was always diplomatic, and that's the way he used. And that's just crazy. That is crazy. And for me, Luke is he is my favorite Jedi of all time. But hey, in the movie version of Luke and how they portrayed him, sometimes he comes off a little wimpy, a little egotistical, but always the same Luke. We love you, guy. All right, you're number 1.
It's Rey.
Yeah, Rey. Yep. All right. Well, tell us about Rey for a minute. The movie Rey.
Well, as you said, she always stuck up for her friends.
Keep going.
She always treated them fairly. She also helped them a lot.
Keep going.
And then,
Keep going.
She really did good fights.
Mm-hmm. And so she was strong. Keep going.
Yeah, she was strong, but in the Rise of Skywalker, when she was fighting Kylo Ren, Finn came and she did kind of push him off, like, no!
Yeah, because that's why she protects her friends. And that's why she's your number 1. That's the same reason I said that's one thing. He or she, I should be saying, she cared about him. She cared about all of her friends. It was the best thing ever. And that's what makes Rey such a strong character. And a lot of people want to hate her. Yo, she's up there. She is completely up there. My number one, however, Obi-Wan Kenobi. And here it is. He got Darth Maul. And you want to say he used a little anger there when he kind of did that whole, I love that cool-ass move when that gate finally goes down. And Obi flies at Darth Maul with that double flying lightsaber move. Is like the best part in all of the movies.
Hell yeah!
He's so badass, and I love that part about him. He definitely brings the pain, and, when he slices it, he gets caught up in a little minute, but he meditates, he calms himself, but he ended up in that minute because he slipped up, because he was going at Maul a little fast. Maul caught him. Maul was great, but got sliced in half, and that's for another story in the Clone Wars.
Ooh, yeah!
And also, Obi-Wan, he fought Count Dooku well. He did get beat up by him. He didn't get beat up like Anakin, lose an arm, but he took a hit. But the whole Attack of the Clones, he was strong. His fight with Jango Fett, amazing. Amazing. And when you were talking about Mace Windu, you should also remember that he decapitated Jango Fett in Attack of the Clones.
Hell yeah!
Back.
His head off.
Yes, he did. Back to Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan fought then. Obi-Wan fought Anakin and Dooku and through Attack of the Clones, what he had to overcome. And a lot of people underestimate what happened to Obi-Wan. He had essentially his brother turn against him. He was in so much pain, but he did not give in. Obi-Wan always did his duty, both in the EU, through the Clone Wars series, and in the movies. Obi-Wan did his due. And Obi-Wan did right by Luke. He knew that he had to be struck down, and he knew that would make Luke open up more and want to learn, leading to the Empire Strikes Back. Obi-Wan, clearly, I think, he has fought more than any other Jedi. He's been in almost more movies in a way, but not in a way. But he's just done so much for the movie franchise. He beats out Luke for those reasons. And Obi-Wan is my top Jedi.
Ooh, yeah!
So that was fun. And we're running over 30 minutes. So, what'd you think? Did you like the list? Was it?
Yeah, it was fun.
We'll have a Sith list coming up for you. Sith list. Say it 100. Let's say it 5 times real fast. Sith list. Sith list. Sith list. Sith list. Sith list. Okay, shh. That might sound like. We won't say that. Anyway, Doctor Strange, we watched that recently. Did you like it?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah.
It was pretty brutal at the front when he got in that car wreck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I didn't really read Doctor Strange. Growing up, I was a Hellblazer fan. So, for me, Doctor Strange I thought the movie was put together great. I didn't actually notice any down points. It was like, all right, the hands, he had a breakdown. It was sad. And then, he was cocky when he first got to, the temple. And then, through his learning, and because he was so smart as a doctor and he could read fast. See, that's the one thing a lot of people don't understand, is that most people, especially doctors, their minds move extremely fast. Of course, if you're a doctor out there, thank you. You save lives every day.
Hell yeah!
But also, y'all probably read a lot and read fast because of all those medical things you gotta learn. They have to store a lot of knowledge. So that's how he was be able to come so fast, because of all the spells and everything he had to do. And that's why when he got, of course, the time Infinity Stone, he was able to use it, embrace it, and understand it, and get those pages back. And then it was like right from there, bam! It was right into the whole final end scene. And the final end scene, I think, pretty sure lasted over 40 minutes.
What?
I said 40 minutes. I swear. It was just like one big long. And at the end, everything was over, and I was like, wow. It was like one big ride. Did you take it that way? I don't know. I did.
Yeah. Also, when he found the necklace or the Infinity Stone, I didn't think that the Infinity Stone would be in there. I thought he would go somewhere to find it.
Mm-hmm. No, but remember, like you brought up in Endgame, the Hulk goes there and gets it from her. And what's even crazier is that she says the line, "He's the best of us." So, even though she was hard on him, in Endgame, she knew he was the best.
Hell yeah!
And that was awesome. And Doctor Strange 2 opens us up to the expanded universe of the MCU. I mean, we're talking X-Men coming in. That's just awesome. So let's get to it. You had a topic you wanted to bring up?
My Star Wars cars?
Yeah, talk about them.
We went to dog food and we found this whole big thing of the Star Wars cars. And I was going through them to see if there's any doubles. And then I didn't think they would have Rey. And then Rey was in there. Kylo Ren was in there. Palpatine, BB-8, R2-D2, C-3PO, Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Stormtroopers.
And how did we get this? We did a donation to a local animal shelter because somebody dropped it off and they didn't really know how to sell it online. So they just offered us, just give us a donation, and we got it all. So she gets all this. I kept a single of all what I wanted, which fit perfectly in this nice, beautiful box. And then I have 3 that I was going to give away to one of our lucky heat overwrites. If you inquire, so what you got to do is you got to go like the page at Bring the Pain 8, and you got to go to the Facebook page at Bring the Pain 8. Just look for Bring the Pain. You know what my show looks like, people, and you get some free cars. But you being said, what's up? Tell me some more about these cars.
These cars are awesome. They're kind of heavy.
Because they're Hot Wheels.
Yeah. And they're also nice and shiny.
Yeah.
And then, like, some of the windows, like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Rey's have, like, instead of clear glass, it's blue. And on the side of some of them, they have their lightsabers.
Yeah, I thought that lightsaber, that lightsaber on the side was really cool. That's really cool. And it opened you up to Hot Wheels and, racetracks. So now you have racetracks all over our floor. And our cat chases the cars when they go through the loops.
Yeah, I get kind of mad because she stops them right before they go into the bucket.
Brother.
That is awesome. That is fun, but I'm happy to see that it got you into cars. And that's just another thing that, me and you can do some dumb stuff together. Like Marvel, like Star Wars, like video games, but you gotta make sure you do good in school like you always do. Because the better you do at school, the more you can understand with video games and reading so that you can finally get to this expanded universe. See? It all fits together.
And also we got some ships. We got the Millennium Falcon.
Oh yeah, we got we got the Millennium Falcon.
We got an X-Wing.
That's cool too. But I love that. I love the speeder. I love the speeder. The little orange speeder.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. That Luke was running around. That was cool. That's awesome. So everybody, we rolled it out. Almost 40 minutes in. Just talking Star Wars. Having a great time. Some great laughs. God knows what happened at the beginning of that. But hey, there's none of that in this house because there's always time to bring the pain!